nothing at all?
Not a word.
But Dr. Mays is right. She should be in a psychiatric hospital, not here.
Another institution? Pass her on again?
Well, at least she'd get the kind of treatment she probably needs.
She's up at court in a fortnight. I expect our recommendations will lie in that direction. But I doubt if they'll be acted upon. Did you see Jane Brogan?
Yes.
What do you make of her?
Oh, I expect she'll settle down all right. She is a bit aggressive. Oh, I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
I suppose I'm still trying to adjust to dealing with women prisoners. Well, after 10 years dealing with men, you get to know every type. I mean, it's easy to identify with their problems, what motivates them, makes them tick, you know.
You think they're easier to read than women?
Something like that.
I see you were granted a transfer to Mineira Home for visit.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't be much closer. Your flat's only about half a mile from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get on well with your husband, do you?
All right.
Just all right?
Well, it's been a bit dodgy at times, you know.
Has he ever been in trouble?
Dennis, you must be joking.
Why'd you say that?
He's not the type.
You're lucky then, aren't you?
Are you saying that we women are more devious than men?
Well,
It's all right, Mr. Radley. If you want to know, I think so, too. But don't forget the success that you had with Janice Quinn when she threatened you with some scissors. You were pretty devious, too.
I was wondering,
Yes.
well, whether I could have a special welfare visit.
But you're getting a reception visiting order, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, but it's not the same, is it?
How do you mean?
Well, all those others about, you know, listening.
Any particular reason?
Well, I haven't been able to see Dennis, my husband, and the kids since I got Nick convicted, you know. Well, he's not very strong. I mean, capable. And I thought, as this was our first visit, it would help if I could,
Yes.
well, talk to him. Privately. You know.
Not quite in private. I shall have to be there.
So what did she say?
She'd have to have a word with the governor.
Oh, I don't know. The normal visits here aren't too bad. Why a welfare visit?
Bit more private. No screw watching you like an orc.
Welfare officer hangs around.
Yeah. She might turn a blind eye, you never know.
What are you getting at?
Zoe Progel.
Eh? Who on earth's Zoe Progel then?
She's the only bird I know of who's escaped from a closed nick. And that was near on 20 years ago.
And how's that got to do with anything?
I'd like to be the second.
Mrs. Brogan struck me as being quite intelligent.
All clever criminals are intelligent, Miss Clark. It's rather an interesting report here from her landing officer at the last prison. It ends and appears to have an adverse effect on the weaker and more impressionable inmates. Devious, insolent, needs watching closely.
Yes, but if you look at the disciplinary reports, you will see it's the same officer who's placed her on report each time.
Personal prejudice?
None of us are immune from that, Governor. Not even prison staff.
Some of the older ones, perhaps.
I'm sorry, I meant...
I know what you meant, Miss Clark. And I see our Mrs. Brogan is in for hoisting.
Hoisting?
Oh, yes, I'm picking up all the prison argot, like paraffin, for example.
Paraffin?
Paraffin lamp. Tramp. That's what Jane Brogan called Millie Jones the other evening. It's often a guide of sorts, isn't it?
What is?
Well, those that use a lot of underworld jargon quite often know the ropes, you know.
Oh, not necessarily. Some of the younger ones simply use it to...
Be one of the girls? And our Mrs. Brogan is in for hoisting, professional shoplifting. Professional, mind you.
She claimed the police had it in for her because she has a record for shoplifting. Lied in court.
Verbaled her up, isn't that the expression?
Yes.
She was arrested with 3 others, all from London, and they were in Manchester. Now, nobody travels all the way to Manchester from London just for a normal day's shopping. Did you believe her, Miss Clark?
But it doesn't really matter whether I did or not, does it? I'm concerned with her present situation and welfare.
And so am I, Miss Clark. So I think it would be a good idea if you contacted one of your colleagues and asked them to visit her husband and children first. Or you may even go yourself. She lives quite close by.
To check up if she's lying about them?
No, Miss Clark, to see if we can do anything to help. In the meantime, I'm afraid she'll just have to make do with an ordinary visit.
The can.
It's not so bad in here. I don't see the difference.
It'd be just us and a welfare woman.
Well, you still wouldn't be alone. I don't see the difference.
Oh, don't go on. It'd be better, I tell you. Do you have to keep giving them all them sweets?
Yeah, it keeps them quiet, doesn't it?
Do you think I want to be stuck in here? Away from you and the
I
kids?
don't know.
What's that supposed to
Well,
mean?
you are in here, ain't you?
That's not my fault.
Well, whose fault is it then? No one forced you to go thieving.
Well, we couldn't manage on the lousy
We
wages
managed.
you got. Managed.
Oh, yes.
That's a laugh. Oh, look, Dan. We don't get along on these visits. Don't let's argue. I mean, it's daft, isn't it? You do want me back, don't you? To look after you. And the kids.
Of course.
And I want to, Den, more than anything. It's driving me mad in here. I really want to get out.
You will in another 14 months.
I mean, before then.
You can't.
Could with your help? I could escape if you'd help me.
Look, forget it, will you?
Look, Mary, if I'm to help you to get out of here, you've got to help me, you know.
I've been hearing people like you tell me that for as long as I can remember.
Well, there are some of us who mean it.
You want to help me?
Yes.
No. You're just a cog
Cog?
in the machine. A small cog.
No, I'm not. I'm a person. And so are you, a person, an individual.
You're a cog. And you know what I am?
You tell me.
I'm like the oil that goes round and round the pipe. Keeps the cogs moving.
That's not true.
You're a prison doctor, aren't you?
Yes. But I also see people outside.
Outside. Where's that?
You know what you were saying the other day about the difference in costs of food between the prisoners and the guard dogs? It's true.
I know.
We don't have guard dogs at Stone Park, Paul.
I know that too. That's not the point, is it?